Hello and welcome to Gray Acres. Today we're going to assemble the Northern Tool Company Nortrac 3-point grater blade. This happens to be the 5-foot model. I think all of them in 4, 5, and 6 are identical. So let me show you what it looked like when it came in. This is how it arrived in this nice steel cage. I was very impressed because I'm trying to learn to weld, and I've already advanced from horrible to bad. So I was looking at the big box store to buy some steel to practice on. Well, daggone, look at this. I got all of this for free, so I'm pretty excited. So we're going to start cutting the clamps apart like that one and take the goodies out, and I'll be back in just a moment. Well, I got a good part of it disassembled. These are the components, and one item, the blade, is bolted. See that bolt I gotta undo so I can get the blade out of the crate, and we'll be back once I get that done. Alright, we're back. I took the bolt loose and it was still stuck. I couldn't lift it up, so I flipped it over, and then the blade is now loose. So I'll turn it over again where I can extract the blade, and looks like there's one other bolt that I have to take loose that I didn't notice, and we'll do that, and perhaps we can start assembling. By the way, if you hadn't figured this out, I'm a novice. I've never owned a 3-point anything before, so this is a new experience. If you happen to be an expert and you're watching this, your comments would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, and be back in a minute. Well, here we are. We got everything taken apart. Just use that crescent wrench. If you turn the nuts rather than the bolt head, it's much easier. The bolts were snug but not super tight, and they did have lock washers on them, so we'll see about assembly what you do with it. One of the things I noticed just picking up this blade for an old man, that was all the picking up I wanted to do. That's pretty heavy steel, and as you can see, the blade is bolt on, so I think it's reversible. Yes, and so far, as a novice again, I am quite impressed with what I got. I happened to get this on sale along with a coupon, so it was much less than most of the other ones I saw on the internet, and I did look at Tractor Supply. Theirs was more. Just a close-up to see the size of the steel. Again, I think from a novice perspective, this seems like a pretty well-built item. More later. All right, I looked at the assembly instructions in the front of this book, and it basically had things like, you know, be careful and don't do this, don't do that, kind of safety related issues. So I didn't see where it would be helpful to assemble it. So I got this parts diagram, and that's what I'm going to use as I try to assemble this. So I'll show you my progress. It's bolted on. That bolt that goes down through there is huge, and the hole here is where this bolt right here goes through, so that when you turn it, you put the bolt through and tighten the nut down. Now, several people have commented that that's very inconvenient. I believe that's probably true, so I think you could probably buy some kind of pin, maybe like this guy here, the right size, and you could drop it down and put a, I don't know if it's called a Carter pin, but put a pin on the back to hold it. So anyway, a little bit more as I get this thing assembled. Well, it's assembled, I believe, but not, the bolts are not tightened up, and it's, might be able to tell, it's starting to snow, so I'm fixing to put the tractor up and go in the warm and drink some coffee. The blade, looking from this direction, is more to the left than to the right, so I don't know if I got the bolts wrong, but I think all those holes allow you to shift it to one side or the other, and I think it might be possible to tilt it with something here. I'll learn more about that later. I don't think I can get a shot under there. It's probably too dark, but you can see the bolts and that sort of thing. So I'm impressed. I'm eager to try it out. I bought it to mainly work on my gravel driveway, so Again, if any of you experts are watching and you have tips, I would sure love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching Gray Acres.